So guess what movie is coming out in just a few days? That's right, Justice League. That's right. The first Justice League movie is premiering on November 17th. If you haven't done so already, get your tickets now. Reserve your goddamn seats and have fun. I can tell you right now that I've already purchased my November 16th and November 17th seatings for the Justice League movie. Yes, I'm going to be watching it twice. And yes, I already planned on it. One of them I'm actually going to be watching by myself in the morning because apparently I'm the only one that works on a Friday, that doesn't work on a Friday, and everyone else does. So, hey man, I'm going to get the earliest showing. I'm going to grab a cup of coffee and just walk right in. Which is why I decided to make a video on what you should know about Justice League before you go ahead and watch it. There's been a lot of stories coming out. There's a lot of like rumors and there's a lot of like drama behind the scenes, and I just wanted to give you some five facts that you should know about. So the first thing is that this is going to be the first team up movie on screen for the Justice League. So this is going to be the first time we ever see the Flash and Batman and Superman, Wonder Woman, Cyborg, Aquaman all teaming up to fight a greater foe. Yes, we saw them all. We saw all of them on Batman vs Superman, but they weren't all together at once to fight together. We did, thank God, we did get the Trinity. I think that was a pretty good scene. That was like one of my favorite scenes from Batman vs Superman was the Doomsday scene with the Trinity. That was pretty cool. But yeah, this is gonna be the first time we ever see them all together at once. I think this is what's building all the hype, is because a lot is riding on this movie, just like how the Avengers first came out, right? Everyone is so stoked. People were still in disbelief that an Avengers movie was gonna come out, and it did, and it was super successful. So I have those same feelings, but just 10 times more for Justice League. So I'm super excited to see the first time on screen for the Justice League. And the second point is that it's a drama behind the scenes, with Zack the director and Joss Whedon. Not them together per se, but some of the personal things that Zack Snyder went through in post production for Justice League. He shot the entire movie. He directed the whole thing. But during post production, he lost a family member, his daughter, and so he couldn't go on to finish the work with Justice League. He couldn't do the reshoots. He couldn't be there for post production. He couldn't rewrite some of the scenes. So he got Joss Whedon, that he's been communicating with throughout the movie, I think leading up to the movie too, to finish the project for him. So Joss Whedon basically shot everything from March till, I'm assuming, September. So he did a bunch of reshoots, rewrote a lot of the scenes. I think from what I heard, he fixed a lot of the dialogue, made the transitions a lot smoother, and kind of gave it a better feel to it. And it's kind of it's kind of good that another director is looking at it, especially someone like Joss Whedon, because he did make the Avengers movie, the one I just mentioned, and that was a super hit. So having someone kind of revise and like critique what you first did, when you first shot a movie like Justice League, and from someone that has experience from a successful franchise that was also an ensemble, is really good. So a lot of people have confidence because Joss Whedon's name's on it, and he did do a lot of reshoots. So fingers crossed that I'm sure it's gonna be good, but fingers crossed anyways. And my condolences to the Snyder family, even though they probably won't watch it, but still my condolences to them. And the third point that I would like to make known is the divisive fan base. So with the whole DCEU, regardless if you're Team Marvel, Team DC, doesn't matter. Every movie leading up to Justice League, besides Wonder Woman, has been very divisive with the viewers and fan base. A lot of people didn't. A whole lot of people didn't like Batman vs Superman, but a lot of them liked it. I'm on the side where I did like it. I loved it. If you haven't watched the extended cut, I definitely recommend it. But everyone else, they just didn't get it. I feel like a lot of them, it felt like it was, the editing was bad, the acting was bad. A lot of them said it was corny, and a lot of them disagreed with, the casting choices as well, especially with Lex Luthor, and could be also the same for Man of Steel, Suicide Squad, which I think I definitely hate. Um, a lot of people just disagreed with this whole dark tone, um, dark and serious that DC has been building since the Nolan franchise, and a lot of people, a lot of people loved Man of Steel, but a lot of people didn't like it because it didn't represent the Boy Scout Superman that we all know and love. Especially him killing Zod. So Superman doesn't kill, Batman doesn't kill. People go crazy. The fan base goes crazy. But you should know that this has been going on for plenty of years. So a lot of there's been a really DC's built a stigma. A lot of people don't go to the movies because they've given up so already. So especially with anything that they've been coming out with, they just assume it's going to be bad. But Wonder Woman definitely proved us wrong. With finally, a really high score on Rotten Tomatoes and a super successful box office run. And so hopefully Justice League, follows on the lead that Wonder Woman's been building, and we could just go from there. Fourth thing that I would like to talk about is the tone of Justice League. So I mentioned how it's so divisive and how it's so dark and serious and people didn't like it. And so DC has planned to make this movie, the Justice League, a lighter tone than before. I think that's always been the plan. It was always supposed to be, the contrast between Batman vs Superman and Justice League was supposed to be super significant. And you can definitely see that with the trailers now. I think they definitely lightened up the scenes. They've added more comedic value to it. They added some one-liners here and there. I think they're finally on a good path, and I think this has always been the plan. But the way they've done it before, I guess it just didn't resonate with the fan base as much as they wanted it to. But we're finally here, so what can you do, right? Final thing. My fifth and final thing about what you should know about Justice League before watching it is that there's a lot riding on this movie, right? If if this movie fails, we're not gonna see any more DC movies at all. Yes, we already got, they already made Aquaman. I think Shazam right now is starting production soon, and I think Flash, the next Flash movie, hasn't started yet. So the Shazam movie and the Flash movie, if DC's Justice League completely fails in the box office and through the reviews, it's those two movies aren't going to be made, and they're going to stop everything. Yes, they already made an Aquaman movie, so that's going to probably finish, but everything else, they're going to halt it and they're going to stop. Or if it really fails, then they'll use Flash's movie, which is called Flashpoint, to reboot the entire franchise, I'm assuming. So there's been quotes that the director has said, "Hey, we're gonna wait on how Justice League performs, and then who knows after that." So a lot is riding on this movie. So I have confidence. I'm cautiously optimistic. I think a lot of fans are saying that. I'm cautiously optimistic with this movie, just because I want it to succeed, and I know the backstory of it, which I just told you. With Joss Whedon, I really trust Joss Whedon's work, and if he could save any franchise, he could definitely save DC. So I really hope this movie works. I really hope you guys love it. I really hope I love it. I hope the whole world loves it. So we can keep making these movies, and so we could keep, you know, reporting the news for it. So let me know what you guys think. Tell me anything else that I missed. And are you excited for Justice League? Have you bought your tickets yet? And definitely comment below, like this video, subscribe to our channel, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.